The moon, it's weird. The moon is too big for Earth. No other rocky planet has a moon this large in proportion. Venus has none. Mercury has none. Mars has two tiny ones. Only Earth has a massive, perfectly placed satellite. The most accepted theory is the giant impact hypothesis. A Mars-sized object called Theia struck the Earth. Debris formed a ring which condensed into the moon, but the moon's isotope ratios are almost identical to Earth's. If it came from another planet, shouldn't it be different? Other theories include capture, fission, and synestia vapor rings. None fully explain the moon's orbit, mass, or composition. We can model it, but we still don't know how it got here. The moon remains one of our solar system's greatest mysteries. During the Apollo missions, astronauts placed seismometers on the surface. When a lunar module crashed back into the moon, it vibrated for hours. NASA said it rang like a bell. Some say this proves the moon is hollow. Dry, fractured rock can carry vibration without water to dampen it. But still, hours? In 1970, Soviet scientists Vasin and Sherbakov published a theory. The moon is not natural. It is hollow. It is a spacecraft. They suggested an artificial shell, a disguised structure, possibly placed in orbit. Mainstream science rejects this, but the theory won't go away.
Control system configurations that were used during the terminal phase.
The moon is 400 times smaller than the sun. It is also 400 times closer. That's why total solar eclipses are so perfect. No other planet in the solar system experiences that. The moon is also tidally locked. It rotates at the same speed it orbits, always showing the same face. It's not a guess, it's a fact. The moon is locked in perfect position and perfect proportion. Is it natural or calibrated? It feels less like a rock and more like a lens, designed, positioned, aligned. When early lunar orbiters flew over certain regions, their trajectories shifted. NASA discovered mascons, mass concentrations buried under lunar basins. These pockets of dense material pull more strongly than expected. They distort gravity and cause small but dangerous changes in orbits. 5 major mascons are all located on the near side, the side facing Earth. Why not the far side? Some believe they're remnants of ancient impacts. Others say they're intentional, counterweights to balance the moon. If true, that's engineering, not geology. For centuries, people have reported strange lights on the moon. Glows, pulses, red flashes, mists, even lightning-like effects. These are called transient lunar phenomena, or TLPs. They've been documented since the 1500s. Modern telescopes have recorded hundreds. NASA catalogs them. Possible explanations include outgassing, meteoroid strikes, and static discharge. None fully explain the patterns or the repetition. The moon isn't supposed to be geologically active, but sometimes it shines. Strange structures on the moon. Are they real or just tricks of light and shadow? Lunar images reveal bizarre formations, long shadows cast by angled shapes, tower-like forms jutting from the surface. They've been given names: the Shard, the Castle, the Glass Tower. Richard Hoagland popularized the idea that these could be ancient lunar ruins. NASA's explanation? It's just lighting effects, image noise, natural rock formations. But here's where it gets interesting. Some high-resolution photos are mysteriously missing, others cut off at crucial moments. Airbrushed images, classified footage, incomplete maps. Sure, shadows can trick the eye into seeing things that aren't there, but not every angle is just an illusion. The moon's surface hides structures so unusual, they've earned names like the Shard and the Castle. But are they ancient ruins or tricks of light and shadow? When you examine certain lunar photographs, you'll see them. Long shadows stretching across barren terrain. Angled shapes that seem too geometric for nature. Tower-like forms jutting up from crater floors, some allegedly miles high. These aren't random observations. They have specific names: the Shard, the Castle, the Glass Tower. Each represents something that shouldn't exist on our supposedly lifeless satellite. Richard Hoagland brought these anomalies into the spotlight, arguing they're remnants of an ancient lunar civilization. His analysis suggested artificial structures casting shadows that revealed their true nature. Hoagland wasn't alone. Other researchers and enthusiasts pored over lunar images, convinced they saw evidence of ancient technology or even alien intervention. Some claimed to spot glass domes, collapsed bridges, and even machinery half buried in the dust. They argued that NASA deliberately blurred or airbrushed these features, keeping the public in the dark. NASA, however, has explanations: lighting effects, image compression artifacts, natural rock formations catching sunlight at unusual angles. But here's where it gets intriguing. Some high-resolution images of these areas are mysteriously absent from public archives. Others are cropped at crucial moments, airbrushed sections, classified footage that never sees daylight. Rumors spread of secret NASA archives with footage and high-resolution images never released to the public. Some whistleblowers even claim to have seen maps with entire regions of the moon blacked out or erased. Pareidolia, our tendency to see patterns where none exist, explains many lunar anomalies. Scientists point out that the human brain is wired to find patterns, especially faces and familiar shapes, even where none exist. Astronomers use advanced imaging and 3D modeling to analyze lunar features, revealing that most structures are just rocks and shadows. Still, the debate rages on. For every scientific explanation, there's a new claim or blurry photo fueling the mystery. Our brains find faces in clouds and castles in rocks, yet shadows don't lie about geometry, and not every unusual angle can be dismissed as optical illusion. So what's really casting those long shadows on the moon? Maybe the real mystery isn't on the moon, but in our need to find meaning in the unknown. Whether it's ancient ruins or tricks of light, the search continues. In 1959, the U.S. Army proposed Project Horizon, a permanent base on the moon by 1966. It was never built, officially. Hacker Gary McKinnon claimed he found files mentioning non-terrestrial officers and fleet operations. Rumors continue about secret installations on the far side. Some say alien, others say human or hybrid. Nothing has been confirmed, but the moon is silent, and silence doesn't mean empty. Some images show objects with right angles, pillars, and blocks, a cube-shaped shadow near the limb, a monolith-like object on a crater ridge. China's Chang'e 4 mission found an object called the Mystery Hut. It turned out to be a rock, or so they said. But the patterns continue. Squares in the dust, straight lines in the shadows, repeating forms, thousands of images, too many to ignore. Sometimes pareidolia isn't the problem, sometimes it's the answer no one wants to accept. Ancient Zulu legends speak of the moon being dragged into place by sky gods. It wasn't always there. Many cultures describe a time before the moon. It stabilizes Earth's axis. Without it, there would be no seasons, no tides, no migration patterns, maybe no humans. The moon is the perfect platform to observe Earth, a one-way mirror. Some believe it is watching us, others believe it is controlling more than just the oceans. Mainstream scientists explain the anomalies. Mascons are dense rock. The ringing is dry, cracked crust. TLPs are gas, light, or interference. Structures are shadows. Images are illusions. Seismic studies show a crust, mantle, and small core. Not hollow, not artificial, but science doesn't know everything. Even NASA admits parts of the moon's history are still unexplained. No theory explains it all. Not theirs, not ours. Jupiter has 95 moons. Saturn has 146. Earth has 1. Our moon is the 5th largest in the solar system, orbiting one of the smallest rocky planets. It's clean, it's dry, it's massive. No atmosphere, no magnetic field, no weathering. It balances Earth, regulates tides, locks our seasons in place. Its gravity holds us steady. Its orbit keeps us sane. Its presence may be the reason life exists. It looks natural, but it behaves like a machine. Why is the moon older than the Earth in some samples? Why do craters, even massive ones, stop at the same depth? Why does the far side look like another world? Why do so many cultures describe the moon's arrival? What is it, and what does it want? Next time We leave the moon behind and step into a backyard in Missouri. In 1995, Mike Markham built a machine out of a Jacob's ladder, a CD laser, and scrap parts. He claimed it distorted time. He said he was going to test it, then he vanished. 2 years later, a man with no ID and strange burns was found in another state. Some say it was him. Some say he never came back. A time machine built from junk. A man erased from history. A story that never got an ending. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss a thing. Next up, Backyard Time Machine, the time travel mystery of Mike Madman Markham.